and join us.
Hey, y'all, we have a soap that's been waiting for St. Patrick's Day forever over on the piano, and today's its day.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we're the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, join the Whiff Pack, won't you? A cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world in the live chat on YouTube, and they would love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, we have been showing you some of the blades we have in our den, and today's blade is
the RK Black, y'all. We discovered this by default because these came with our Henson Mild Razor. Beautiful blades, sharp, smooth. They used to include the Astra Greens, which we have also shown recently, but then they switched over to these. You really liked these at the beginning of our journey.
I did, and I was a little nervous to try a new blade, so I really stuck with this bad boy for a while.
No glue on the wrappers, y'all, and easy to load in and out of razors. A great training wheel blade. Also there for the seasoned shaver as well, and a budget-minded blade at under $10 for 100 on Amazon. You gotta love these. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is from Subtle Art. We have Emerald Fields.
Yo, we are on board for this. Let's meet it. All right, y'all, from the sales page at subtleartsoap.com.
Elegant, fresh, and sporty. That's the only way to describe our new Emerald Fields. It's both classic and modern, an invigorating scent that is sure to be unforgettable.
With notes of, which we're not going to read. I don't want to give these away yet. Well, I am curious. I have been told by some of the brethren that have gotten their nose on this, it is not a green Irish tweed, but I wonder if it might be another familiar Irish scent, maybe Irish Spring or something else along those lines, but we might know when we open the box.
Oh my goodness, look, it says November 1st.
I was channeling my inner Eagle Scout and being overly prepared for this for St. Patrick's Day, y'all, because it went away the first year. I didn't get it, and I wanted it, and it was sold out, and then the day was over, and we couldn't do the episode, and I went into mourning. I put on a black armband.
But we're here now.
We are here now, and the brethren are very happy for us. Okay, let's see what we got. I want to see this label in person. Y'all, Joe and Sadie always throw in some extra little prizes. These are some shark blades. Thanks, you guys. Those are in an upcoming episode for a mention. Those are also in our collection. Oh, and a sample for y'all. What is this?
Leather tobacco.
Ooh, very nice. We are not going to smell this because we might ruin an upcoming episode. That is one of their perennials. And y'all, we have a note that we probably read in our last one, but let's read it again.
But you get to hear it now.
Thank you, Marcus and Sarah. We truly appreciate the support from Joe and Sadie. Yay! Hey, thanks, you guys, and thanks for making some of our favorite soaps. Listen, let's have a grown-up conversation. That witchcraft is insanely gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely. Y'all, if you don't bring that back this Halloween, again, black armband. We have a bar soap that I will not use.
We're going to have to get a splash. We're going to all the things.
It's so good, Joe. All right, let's see if this one can compete against the witch, because there it is, Emerald Fields, y'all, in a little wrapper for your protection. Let's see what this label looks like in real life. I love this color green. Y'all, look at those colors. I am having a healing right now.
Look
the
at
way
that
the
label.
yellow and the blue come together.
It's like actual painting, like on a canvas.
We're just like pawing all over it, and they can't see it. It looks like this. One of the first groundbreaking soaps we ever covered was Autumn Woods from Subtle Art. What a glorious soap that is. So I kind of hope this might be a spring flanker to that. But we'll know when I take my first impression.
Marcus was so excited, he almost ruined it.
I was going to do it right now. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? I'm taking it in. I've been waiting long enough
since November.
Here we go. Chin chin.
Wave.
Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, I think this starts with green Irish tweed. And I was just saying that, y'all, I can't lay off Frozen Tuxedo. On our 500th episode, we were talking about our current favorites.
True.
Y'all, green Irish tweed hits me deep, and it stays mellow. It's light, it's gentle, it's jovial on your shoulder. Hold on there. And it's the spearminty side of green Irish tweed, because for me it can have a wet smell and it can have a dry smell, and once the dry smell hits, that's more of your spearmint gum, clean laundry kind of sense of green Irish tweed, and the other is more of a green sense when it first goes on, when it's wet. And I feel like when you do an homage to it, you almost have to choose. Am I going to do the wet green scent or am I going to do the dry down scent? I think Twee goes for more the dry down spearminty scent. I think the Sterling one, Sharp Dressed Man, and the Frozen Tuxedo one are right down the middle. The Barrett one is too green for me, and I'm not the biggest fan of the Barrett version. But this is that beautiful, dry down spearminty green Irish tweed with some other surprises, I think.
Okay.
Hiding in there. Let me see if I can figure out what they are.
Interesting. Like, are you outdoors at all? Like, is it that type of green?
I'm just in Creed territory.
Ah.
And maybe a little turned up with the floral. Maybe a little turned down with the spice. Oh, this is lovely. I'm trying to figure out if they added anything to the green Irish tweed or if this is just a lovely new version of it. Hold on a second.
Intriguing. You are the pro, though. I will trust your nose.
Around here. It's almost like what's been taken away from green Irish tweed that makes this cool, because that green rose stemish sense that is part of its wetness isn't here at all. And I feel like some of those other scent notes are able to kind of move in and take over where that left off. And it's a beautiful, dry, subtly sweet green field, but spearminty too, since this. I want you to get your nose on it, see if you agree. Okay. I don't think there's been much added. I think it's a green Irish tweed, but it's a delightful one. See what you think.
Okay, I'm curious. Oh, is it green?
I know.
Is it kind of green?
I think there's a clay that they can add to the soap that gives it a little bit of a green tint.
I know. I'll have to read that later. Yeah. I'm curious. Okay, diving in.
Here we go.
Needed a long whiff.
Right?
Yeah.
What are you getting?
I'm going to agree with you. Yeah. But I also get a color of like a yellow in mine.
Okay.
So I think there's something that has been done.
Yes.
Or strategically placed in a new order.
Yes.
Like it's remixing something in there.
And there's also something, whether it's in their perfuming base or their soap base, that I also recognize from Autumn Woods that I can tell is a little bit in there, giving their own little olfactory fingerprint to the scent. All right, we have looked at the scent notes on the Creed page for green Irish tweed and noticed a similarity. So I think this might be a duplication of green Irish tweed. But did they recreate the scent, or is it a dupe oil? What do you think?
There's something in the middle that's lighter to me.
Right.
Maybe more subtle, I think.
Ah!
Whether that was intentional or not. But there's something in the middle that's more like it's less earthy.
Right.
It's less of the darker greens.
Right.
To me, it's more the lighter, brighter side of the scent, maybe.
And for me, again, I don't know if it's the base of their perfuming or their soap, but there's a creaminess to this that's binding with the sandalwood that the original doesn't have.
Yes.
So for me, do I have 7 or 8 different green Irish tweed homages, and will I continue to buy more? Yes. Because I love it so much. It's like different covers of a single song. I want to know what everyone else is doing with them, because each one is going to fit a different mood, a different time of day, a different place where I'm going, a different thing that I'm wearing. And I love it so much. I am excited to have a more creamy version of this.
It's interesting, because if I tell myself that this is not a green Irish tweed homage, and I take a whiff of it, there's something that's, I don't want to say less cologne-y, because it's not the quality that's less, but there's something in it that's a little more feminine-ish, not as masculine as the cologne is. I'm not sure how that's happening here, but if maybe you could throw in like a dandelion or like a little yellow flower that you see in the grass, there's something in there that's a little prettier happening here.
Rope swing from Summer Break Soaps. Y'all put dandelion on my map. Holy crap, and I would believe you that was a little bit in there.
Like there's just a little more of a floral hit happening that's keeping it brighter. Right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, take a whiff. If you didn't know that this could be such thing as a green Irish tweed, what comes out?
Okay, here we go. Clover. Yeah, I can kind of sense the clover and a little bit of a bracing breeze. Right. But it's gentle. It's mellow. It is.
It's less the vetiver, darker greens to me and more that lighter, cleaner side.
And violet. We had an African violet plant in my backyard growing up. It's a very, very subtle scent. But in late summer, when those petals start to droop, it's absolutely beautiful. And I do get the sense of a beautiful sort of clean laundry musk that's hiding under the surface of this, like clothes out of the dryer, something maybe on the dryer sheets and the cotton itself being warm. Right. And, ooh, I love this.
It's fun. When we met Phil from Bricktown Grooming, he was going to an A's game. So he had his green shirt, he was raring to go, and he had used this soap that day before. And both of us, I was like, did you put on green Irish tweed? And he was like, no, that's me.
You're like, you smell fabulous. What is this? And while we did do a little reconnaissance on the green Irish tweed scent notes versus these, we want to reintroduce them to you. Come along with us, won't you? All right, y'all. These are Google's scent notes for Creed's Green Irish Tweed.
Lemon, verbena, peppermint, geranium, violet, sandalwood, cedarwood, oak moss, and ambergris.
And you know what's funny? Normally, when I read the scent notes for an EDP, my brain just gets lost. I'm like, I have no idea how they build those into that scent that I know. But I can kind of piece together Green Irish Tweed from those scent notes. And y'all, from the sales page at Subtle Art Soap.
Iris, French verbena, clover leaf, you were right, violet, and sandalwood are combined to create a rich and masculine scent. So if you pay attention to what we read before, there are some commonalities. So clearly it's kind of meant to be in that lane.
And Green Irish Tweed came out in 1985. Cary Grant died in 86. So I don't know if you can say he wore it, but he tried it. Right? Now, here's the thing. There are a lot of colognes that you know and love that came out then. Calvin Klein. I mean, they're all there, but they're not here now.
Yeah.
Green Irish Tweed is and is still so beloved and ubiquitous because when you dive into these scent notes, you can sense each one, but each one is being hugged so tightly by the others that they are creating their own personality. And when you step back, there really is a miracle happening in how these scent notes come together. This was a eureka moment for Mr. Creed. And there is a reason. So how is the magic being rebuilt here? What are you finding first?
I think in this mix, I'm getting more the iris, like something in the floral side, meeting the clover leaf side.
I was going to say it the other way. I'm getting the clover leaf first and then the violet. But yeah, that's the Tweedledee and Tweedledum in the middle of this that's so beguiling. And then what else is going on here?
So the woods are here, but they're not that dark. So I think that's why the sandalwood is what's strategically used in this one.
Right. None of the woods get peppery, which I have sensed in other Green Irish Tweeds. And the sandalwood, it's not the creamy side of it. And I think that's why Green Irish Tweed is such a miracle for doing things so differently. It's the other part of the sandalwood. It's the actual woody, spicy part of the sandalwood that is not very perceptible under the creaminess, but they've dug that part out. And that's what's kind of standing in as the base notes in here for lack of anything too dark and grounding.
It's interesting. I feel like this one is a much more crowd-pleasing version of the scent. There's something about it that's the charming side is turned up.
Right. Yes, I would agree.
I do also think it's funny. I think it's Doug Lane and a few other people in our whiff pack have never smelled a Green Irish Tweed homage. So put this on your list, boys.
Right. Doug Lane has smelled everything. I would name something niche that was created in Kreplaki in 1921, and he'll be like, oh yeah, I have 3 descants of that over here. I'm like, how have you never smelled? Have you lost your mind? I really want to be there when he does.
Right?
I bet he has. I bet he's going to smell and go, oh, wait a minute, yeah. But Leprechaun Barbershop, the collab he did, that's half Green Irish Tweed.
So now he has.
I declare shenanigans. The first time they ever declared shenanigans on South Park, I laughed so hard I peed.
I did by myself a shenanigans with gnomes on it, so you'll see it in one of these episodes. Yeah.
Oh, I love you so much. All right, let's lather this little beauty. Oh, look how that hits my skin.
Oh, yeah, the triple butter action.
Yeah, nice little bite back. Some work's been done there. This has been milled. And where did you get that beautiful
This is my
set?
custom, a.k.a. brush and bowl.
Yeah, y'all, Amelia and Gardner turned this live on Instagram. We got to watch it be born. And I'm just going to push this, if you will allow me to be so bold,
have at it.
Into the bottom of this bowl so it's a smooth surface. Not even my finger is going to pull up any chunks. And it's okay if it's rather a thin film, y'all. The idea is to get that soap onto the bristles, not have them begging for it. You know what I mean? All right, and then I'm going to hit this with our Smaldridge Memorial Bougie Sprayer. Let the water hang out there at the bottom of the bowl. And then Sarah's going to walk you through our lathering technique. Now, there is enough water on the soap and the bowl itself to get the bristles wet a little bit.
So you take your brush, you start on the soap directly, you go one way, and then you go the other way.
Just the tips just tickle.
One way. And the other way.
The patented Barbershop Duet brush spin, y'all. 25% gives those bristles a new orientation.
And you're just slowly getting the soap to soak in onto those little bristles.
Love it.
Once most of that is gone, then you take your brush and dig down to grab the water. Bring it along with you.
A few moments later.
I like starting with yogurt. I don't want to start with Cool Whip and stir until I get yogurt. I like to start with yogurt.
Then I think it's easier to just add a little water as you're going instead of overwhelming. It's kind of hard to get the ratio.
Right. It's kind of my goal to add enough water on the very first thing to not have to add more. But with each base, I'm going to have to memorize how many sprays I use. That's getting a little bit of a rocky quality to it, where some of our Green Irish Tweeds do not go rocky or stony. I'm kind of sensing a brick in there. You getting that?
A little bit. Oh, it's becoming a happy leather, my friends.
Just gorgeous.
Is this the gold at the end of our rainbow or something, maybe?
They make you go upside down if you kiss the actual Blarney Stone in Ireland.
Oh.
Like old ladies, they turn them upside down.
What was that Leprechaun movie that we watched? Now we got something to smell with it.
Darby O'Gale and the Little People. Oh, that's a wild Disney movie from the 60s.
I think I found it on Disney Plus. We didn't even realize.
It's so fun. The most drinking in any Disney movie except for Pete's Dragon.
I know we never talk about lather, but this lather, my friends, is falling out of the bowl.
Look at that. Look at the iridescence. Look at the way the light is hitting.
It is not subtle.
Bubbles.
It is very obvious.
And yeah, while we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, I do want you to see how this beautiful lather coats my moneymaker. Is that something? I'm about to do some mime work.
Oh yeah, these triple butters, you really feel them working.
Oh yeah, it's a vegetable-based formula. I love the powdery sense of green Irish tweed is in this one, because only 3 or 4 of our green Irish tweeds have that beautiful spearminty powdery sense to them, and I'm all about it.
Yeah, I think that's a good word. Like in the middle of this, there's something almost of like a clayish kind of vibe, but nothing dark.
Makes my mouth water. And y'all, the leprechauns build their houses at the bases of trees, and they go way deeper. I think we should do the same. Was a really early Disney character that was kind of a little beetle, and he was dressed as kind of a little leprechaun, and he and Donald Duck had adventures, and in one of them actually went to the brand new theme park called Disneyland. And if you are in line for Indiana Jones and you ask one of the cast members to show you his little house, they will. Why do you think green Irish tweed has endured where all of the other thousands of EDPs from the 70s and 80s are now gone?
It's funny because even in the branding here, they say both classic and modern. And I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, you're
like even just some part of it is vintage-y to me, and some part of it is just still modern and clean. Like it really can go either way depending on who wears it. I think the other parts will come out in different ways.
Right. And I think there are certain set lanes that we're just kind of born with. Jung talks about the collective unconscious. Everybody kind of knows what a chair is when they see it, and they're not sure how. This scent, the way these notes are built, hits something in my collective unconscious from the vast amounts of ancestors that preceded me and now look on me with shame. There is something about this where I bet they used to take clover, they used to take sandalwood, they used to take violet, they used to put these things together because there is something in this that just calls back to me through those generations. And has anyone ever talked about whether green Irish tweed is masculine or feminine? What are you getting?
It's funny, I think that's what I meant earlier by this one has less of the deeper, darker greens, which make it seem more masculine or more cologne-y. There's something in this variation that has that little subtle clay, sweeter floral side that I do feel like I could use this one a little bit more than some of the other ones.
There is something so special to this base. Yo, look at this last.
It's so iridescent. I really wish the camera could catch that, but you're just going to have to believe us.
And there really is a push back to my brush. I am not stirring foam in this bowl. I'm stirring yogurt.
It does list theirs as more of like a yogurt croapy kind of vibe.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Darby O'Gill who has captured a leprechaun. Well, he's going to entice you to make a few wishes, but make sure you stop yourself at 3. I'm surprised I haven't gone British yet. Make sure you stop yourself at 3, otherwise you're not going to get any of them. You're just going to get your own. So head over to subtleartsoap.com where you'll find this and a bunch of other really cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Emerald Fields. 2 things I love about this. A, it focuses on the part of green Irish tweed I love the best. That dry down. They don't all. Second, it's in one of the best bases in the wet shaving world, y'all. There is such care and love put into this formula. You can feel it when you take that hot knife to your face. Suddenly, it feels fearless, like it is ice skating even around the corners. Thank you, Joe and Sadie, for this. We will be back. Welcome to Messages.
So for our March giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to McDuff Soap Company.
Yeah, y'all, and it's in Canadian dollars. How cool is that? All you have to do is send us an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here on our first April episode to see if you are our lucky winner. Look at the Irish. All right. You know, I get asked sometimes, what's your favorite green Irish tweed homage?
Right.
This is going to make its way up that list. And I think the reason is they've been brave enough to dive into the dry down and even give it a bit of a wetness on its own. That spearmint that not everybody even senses in Green Irish Tweed is turned up for me. That sense of clean laundry day is turned up for me in this. It's almost like if Green Irish Tweed could have a family sense
there you
to
go.
it. Something with tradition, something with custom, something where you could look at your son who's 4 and say, someday you too will smell like this.
It's more on the crowd-pleasing side, I think, compared to some of the other ones that we have in our den.
Right.
It's interesting because they are all different. They do have their different nuances somehow that I think you're right. Certain times of day or certain times of the week, you're going to reach for a different version.
And we are already planning our meetup for the Barbershop Duet. We have no idea in what decade it will be, but we know that we're going to have a big table where we're going to have a little scent sample of Green Irish Tweed, Aventus, Lost Cherry, all of these soaps are based on, and then a big pile of the homages behind it, so we can really get our noses on the differences and nooks and crannies on the work that's been done here. Because I guess closing thought, this is not a pale imitation. This is a beautiful homage and recreation of a soap and a scent that hits a deep place in us. And I love the little glasses that have given this an extra little tint of femininity, of morningness, of sweetness that our others don't have.
So you're glad that we have another homage in the den.
I could not be happier.
Yay, so it was worth the wait since November to finally bust this bad boy out.
Absolutely, and I don't have it in this formula yet. And are you seeing this? I only have regrets I don't have any more hair on my body to shave.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.